Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Elizabeth. I've got another yoga video for you today. That's why we're here. We're going to start on our back so you can make your way there slowly. Go ahead and keep the knees bent, feet flat against the mat. Rest the arms either above the head or down by the sides. Start to breathe deeply. In through the nose, feeling the belly expand, the back pressing against the mat. Exhaling completely. Continue that breath at your own pace. Maybe just soften the volume of all the other chatter going on in your mind or in your external world. With this class, I want us to keep in mind Shavasana, the dessert at the end, but it's also the best part of the time, best part of the class. Think about corpse pose. Now, you never hear people say corpse pose in a yoga class because, oh no, corpse, death. We don't want to think about death, but the truth is, it's the one thing that ties every single living thing together. So we're going to focus on grounding ourselves and also finding our truer power, our stronger, higher voice, and letting that rise up from our physical bodies out into the world. That's why we'll start flat on our back today, just to connect with the mat beneath you, the floor beneath you, the soil eventually beneath you. Start to sway your knees from right to left. Just small windshield wiper type motions. Starting to wake up the hips. Maybe playing with the feet right at hips distance apart. Or maybe bringing them closer to the outer edges of the mat. Or a little closer towards your center line. Just seeing what feels nice and right. And when you're ready, find some stillness, those feet flat against the mat, knees pointed upwards. Inhale that right leg up, press through the heel, stack that ankle right above the hip. Exhale, slowly lower the foot down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend the knee, bring the foot flat against the mat. Inhale the left foot up, press through the heel, stack the ankle above the hips. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up. 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 Exhale, bring the foot back down to the mat. Knees are stacked. Let's inhale that right leg up again, pressing through the heel. Exhale, bring that right ankle to the left knee. Little figure 4, keeping that right ankle flexed. Maybe you interlace the fingers around the thigh or the shin, draw that right ankle closer to the body. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Put the foot down. Drop the arms out to the sides in line with the shoulders. Go ahead and let that left knee fall to the left side, taking that right ankle down with it for a little twist. Today we will be combining elements of yin, slow, tranquil, steady poses with vinyasa elements, dynamic motions. This is a fusion class as opposed to the beginning half vin and half yin yoga class that I taught last week. Inhale, bring that knee back up, right foot down to the mat. Inhale, left foot up, press through the heel. Exhale, bring that ankle to the right knee, interlace the fingers around right thigh or shin. Draw the left ankle closer to the body. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot down to the mat. Drop the knee to the side. Let the left foot fall with it. Inhale, rise up. Both feet now flat against the mat, arms down by the sides. Walk the feet a little closer to the hips, knees point up towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, press the feet into the mat, lift the hips. Draw those knees together. Keep that gaze up, create a little space between the chin and chest. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, drop the hips, drop the hands, knees fall from side to side. When you're ready, feet flat against the mat once more, walking them as close to the hips as we can. Inhale here. Exhale, push through the feet, lift the hips. Maybe start to squeeze the shoulder blades together underneath you, interlacing the fingers. Finding even more length through this back bend. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, drop the hips. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe a little rock from right to left. And then maybe you start to rock front to back. Just building some momentum before rolling all the way up through a comfortable seat into your tabletop. That's right, that was a big change in position. That's why we call it a flow. I don't know about you, but I can feel all the blood flowing to my head right now. Let's bring those wrists right under the shoulders, slight bend in the knees. Slight bend in the elbows. Spine is straight, gaze is down, create length at the back of the neck. Feel the hands press firmly into the mat, the tops of the feet as well. Core is slightly engaged. And on your inhale, drop the belly button towards the mat, lift the head. Exhale, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, drop the belly button, lift the head. Exhale, round the back, drop the head. Continue this cat-cow at your own pace. Let your breath guide your movement. That's really all vinyasa is breath and movement connected. intertwined. When you're ready, bring some stillness back to this tabletop. And inhale, kick the right foot out behind you. Leave the toes on the mat. Right hand reaches up so the hips are stacked. Shoulders are stacked. Right foot is flat against the mat, parallel with the short edge. Just take one breath here. And then exhale, reach the right fingertips over the top of your mat. Big side bend. Shoulders stay stacked. Maybe the gaze is up. Inhale here. Exhale, push off that left hand, right hand to the back leg. Inhale, left hand up and over. A little counter to that side bend. Your gate pose. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand down, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Maybe the right foot lifts up. No higher than your right hip. Stacking the hips, opening the shoulders. Keeping the neck long. Let's take 3 deep breaths in our modified half moon. Your next inhale. Exhale, drop the right knee down. Keep the right hand lifted. And on your next exhale, thread the needle right shoulder to the mat. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, drop it behind you. Keep those hips stacked right above the knees. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, bring it to the mat. Inhale, right hand reaches all the way up. Gaze follows the thumb. Exhale, hand back to the mat. Inhale, left foot kicks back behind you. Left hand reaches up, opening, stacking the shoulders and the hips. Left foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat, pressing flat. Inhale here. Exhale, reach those left fingertips over the top of your mat, big side bend. Leaving a slight bend in that right elbow. Inhale here. Exhale, push off the right hand, left hand to the back leg, right hand up and over. Find your gate. Now this posture takes place everywhere from your toes all the way to those fingertips. So let those fingertips allow the continuation of this line you're creating. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Maybe the left foot hovers, finding that modified half moon. Keeping the shoulders and hips stacked, gaze up. Now remember, this is where we're isolating the arm and the leg. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that left knee first. Keep the hand lifted. And then finish that exhale. Thread the needle. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, drop the arm behind you. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, bring it to the mat. Inhale, left hand reaches all the way up. Gaze follows that thumb. Exhale, hand down right underneath the shoulders. Go ahead and tuck the toes under now. And start to sit the hips back. Press yourself up into a toe stand. We're going to stack the shoulders right above the hips, right above the heels and toes. This can get a little intense through the bottom of the foot, so at any point you're welcome to take a seat on a block or just take the weight off the feet a little more. I'm going to face you, but you can stay facing the front of your mat. Bring your arms out in line with your shoulders, elbows bent, palms face forward. Take those right fingertips, I'll try to mirror you, bring them to the left shoulder blade. Left fingertips to the right elbow. Inhale, lift tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, pull that elbow across the body. Breathe deeply into this shoulder blade. Inhale here. Separate the arms. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release. Come back to a neutral position. Cactus the arms. We'll take our left fingertips now. Bring them to the right shoulder blade. Right fingertips to the left elbow. Inhale, tall. Exhale, pull the elbow across the body. I didn't mention this on the other side, but if you have your cow face and want to take that bind where the fingers connect behind you, I didn't mention this on the other side, but if you have or are working towards your cow face bind where your fingers connect behind you and you want to take a stretch or just take this posture, that's also welcome. I'm not there yet. Inhale here. Separate the arms. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Relax the arms. Bring the hands back down in front of you. Tap out the toes. And we're going to keep the toes untouched now and sit back on the feet again. Still finding that alignment with the shoulders, hips, and heels. And first inhaling, creating length behind the back of the neck, reaching tall through this crown of the head. Exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Maybe interlace the fingers behind the skull. Not pulling, just letting the weight of the arms draw more space behind the neck. Inhale, up, interlace the fingers behind you. Pointer finger and thumb are outstretched. Exhale, push through the fingers, reach the crown of the head up and back, the heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale, release the arms, drop the head to one side. And then maybe take some half circles or some full circles, dropping the chin to the chest and then the other side. Just rolling out the neck slowly in whatever way feels good. We're already a little warmed up, so avoid pushing yourself too far on these neck stretches. Always listen to what your body is telling you. Usually it's screaming. You just have to choose to listen. When you're ready, bring the hands back down to the top of your mat. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Let's find our first downward dog. Go ahead and just walk out the dog, bending into one knee and then the other. Or taking any other stretches or motions that feel good right here. We've been doing a lot of slow, gentle postures. on what's maybe some colder, tighter muscles. We haven't built a lot of heat yet. So instead of focusing on the muscle and the heat and the work, we chose to focus on targeting the fascia and the joints and truly scanning from every part of the body before we get into our flow. We're going to bring some stillness back into this downward dog in a moment. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, push the hips up, press the palms into the mat, create space. And then maybe you start to draw the heels down, pausing before you feel the back start to round. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reverse swan, hands rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feel the feet press into the mat, the hands against each other firmly. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, flat back, retain that breath, step back into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now we're moving. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan, hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I trust you don't need me to remind you to check in with the body every couple movements. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands rest on the mat. Go ahead and heel toe that right foot a little closer to the center of your mat. Step the left foot back. Pivot it so it's flat. Rise up into a warrior one. Right toes point forward. Left toes point out at a 45-degree angle. Pelvis is slightly tucked so the spine can be neutral. Shoulders melt down away from the ears. Fingertips are outstretched. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Open the hips. Drop the hands in line with the shoulders. Exhale, bend into that right knee once more. Find that warrior two. Pressing evenly into both feet. Finding that neutral spine. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Gaze over the front fingertips. Sinking a little deeper into that right knee, pulling it out so you can see the big right toe. Inhale, right hand up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. We're building heat. I told you, find that straight line, left heel all the way through the fingertips. Now bring your attention. It's a lot of helicopters today. We can hold it. Bring your attention to that left heel. Ground that left heel into the mat. Pivot it so the toes point towards the outer corner. Bend into that left knee. Drop the hips down. We're moving towards our skandasana, our side lunge. Maybe you stay just up here for now. Or maybe you're prepared to sink all the way into this side lunge, finding our way to an aligned spine, heart lifted, gaze forward. Take one more breath here. Then go ahead and use your hands. Take all the care you need. Walk over to that opposite side. Find that skandasana on the right leg now. Working towards that tall spine. And maybe you sit on a block while you're here. Just for 1 or 2 breaths. When you're ready, inhale over to the left side. Exhale, hips sink down. Let those right toes and knee point up towards the sky. When you're ready, let's lift the hips just slightly and walk our hands towards the back of the mat so it can frame that left foot. Pivot that back foot so it's flat. Rise up into your warrior one, now facing the back of the mat. Check those feet, hips, spine, shoulders, fingertips. Check that front knee. You should be able to see the big left toe. Inhale, straighten the leg, open the hips, drop the hands in line with the shoulders. Exhale, bend into that knee, find that warrior two. Check in with the feet, knee, hips, shoulders, fingertips, crown of the head. Inhale here. Find that peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Straight line. Wrist to heel. We've done this before, we'll do it again. Not today though, we're not doing this one again today, I'm tired. When you're ready, bring your awareness to that right heel. Point the toes towards the outer corner of the mat. Inhale, shift the weight into that right leg. Exhale, bend into the knee, let the hips sink down. Find that Skandasana on the right side. Inhale, lift the hips. Shift the weight over to that left side. Or towards the back of your mat, wherever you're at. And when you're ready, once more to the right side. Ooh. When you're ready, walk your hands to the front of the mat, step the right foot back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Slowly lower it down. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to reverse this vinyasa a little, just so this shavasana feels extra good at the end. Inhale, lift the heels, bend deeply into the knees, lower the hips so your elbows start to bend. Exhale, shoot through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to do one more of each. Feel the power in your hands and your feet and how it travels through your entire body. Everything you need is right here. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. I'll give you 2 breaths right here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, lower those hips. Exhale, slide through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. When you're ready, drop the knees to the mat, untuck the toes, let the forehead rest down. Maybe the fingertips reach behind you, palms face up. While you rest, with your forehead against the mat. Give yourself permission to explore the idea of the mat as a mirror. And that space between your eyebrows that some people consider an extension of the forehead is perhaps the third eye. Allow yourself to breathe. And explore that possibility. When you're ready, grab the outer edges of the feet. And on your inhale, lift up. The hips roll from the forehead to the crown of the head. Exhale, drop the hips back down, roll down to the third eye. Inhale, lift the hips, roll onto the crown of the head. Exhale, sit the hips down. Take this motion a few more times. Your rabbit and rock, rolling from the third eye to the crown of the head. When you're ready, bring those hands out in front of you. Walk the fingertips out a little further. Start to push the palms into the mat. Maybe the head lifts up just a few inches for a nice active child's pose. And then go ahead and tent the hands, pressing into the fingertips, keeping the wrists lifted. And start to wiggle the shoulders a little. Bring the hands down under the shoulders. Elbows can fall out to the side and maybe get a little deeper into the shoulders. Pushing a little more firmly into the earth. When you're ready, rise all the way up. Swing the hips around and roll onto your back. Go ahead and straighten the right leg down along the mat. Bring the left knee in. Give it a squeeze. And then kick that left heel up towards the ceiling. Maybe you interlace the fingers around the thigh. Or maybe you walk the hand a little closer to the calf or the ankle. Wherever you are, just allow the shoulders to melt down towards the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, bend that left knee. Drop the hands out to the sides, in line with the shoulders. Make a T with your body. Left knee falls to the right side. Left shoulder stays pressing into the mat. Inhale, bring that knee back up. Kick the heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower it down to the mat. Inhale, right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Exhale, kick through the heel. Length behind that right leg. And find that place to hang out. And let the shoulders melt down towards the mat. Ready, bend that knee. Hands out in line with the shoulders, T with your body. Right knee to the left side. Right shoulder presses down. you're ready, bring that knee back up, kick through the heel, straighten it, lower it down to the mat. And go ahead and get comfortable on this mat. Inhale the right foot up about 6 inches, flex the muscles in the right leg. Exhale, release, drop it down. Inhale, left foot up about 6 inches, flex every muscle. Exhale, release, drop it down. Inhale, engage the glutes, feel the hips rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, engage the core, feel the back press flat against the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, make fists with the hands, flex the muscles in the arms, pull the shoulders towards the ears, push the fists towards the feet. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, tighten every muscle in the face, make a pucker face. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, tighten every muscle in the face, make a pucker face. Open mouth, exhale. Please stay in this Shavasana for as long as you have time today. I meant it when I said that this is absolutely the most important part of the practice. I'm sure you can feel it already, the healing powers of dedicating some time to honor your mind and your body. Allow that to wash over you. Allow yourself to bask in it. Know that you are worthy and deserving of serenity and peace and wholeness.